Welcome to our leg stretching and hip opening sequence. We're going to begin this sequence just by giving the body a little bit of a stretch. So I'm going to ask Miriam to firstly draw the knees up and in towards the chest and imprint the back. So you keep the shoulders drawn down, squeeze the knees in towards the abdominals as much as feels comfortable. Take a couple of good long breaths in and out just to really expand the muscles and the rib cage. And then slowly bring the feet back onto the floor. Lengthen the legs out, so really lengthen them towards the end of the mat and move the arms back towards the floor behind you. So we get a full body stretch before we begin the sequence. Again, take a long breath in here. And then on your exhale, bring the arms down and bring the feet back in. So we're going to work in imprint. Again, if you're not sure about imprint and neutral, please refer back to videos 1 and 2. So we're going to begin by bringing the palms of the hands facing the floor. So you're going to stabilize a little bit with your arms. So press down through the palms of the hands and activate the muscles in the back of the tops of the arms. So press down through the tops of the arms. Bring the legs into tabletop one at a time. And then imprint here. So the back, the whole of the surface area of the back stays pressing down into the mat. And then from here, either keep your legs in tabletop or extend the legs to the ceiling, keeping them in parallel. We're just going to start by rotating through the ankles. So with the feet gently pointed, rotate through the ankles in one direction. Really working through a good range of movement. So imagine perhaps drawing the letter O with your big toes. So working through the ankles, not through the knees, not through the hips, keeping the rest of the legs still as you're doing this. And then I'm going to ask you to change direction and keep breathing. So keep imprinting. So using your deep abdominals, drawing up through the pelvic floor, keep pressing your back into the floor so that there's no gaps there at all between your back and the mat. Keep pressing down through the arms. Then bring your feet to a standstill with the feet gently pointed. From here, we're going to take the legs out to the sides to make a V shape. So take the legs out to the sides, keep your back imprinting into the floor, and then bend the legs so the heels come in towards the bottom. And then draw the knees back towards each other. So maybe use your breath in to lengthen the legs up towards the ceiling. And use your breath out to take the legs out into a V shape. Bend the legs to bring the heels towards the bottom and then bring the knees back in. So again, a long breath in to extend the legs. And then your breath out to take the legs out to the sides. Keep imprinting the back, bend the legs and bring the knees back into center. We'll just do that one more time in this direction. So really reaching long through the legs, long through the toes, keeping the legs as straight as you can when you're opening them up. And then we're going to do that in reverse. So once the knees are back into center, just take the knees out to the sides again, so a small V. Then extend the legs out to the sides and then reach through the legs up towards the ceiling. Bend the legs back down. Take the legs out to the sides. So Miriam has a very good range of movement here. You may not find you go this far, of course. So just work within your range of movement as you do this, ensuring that you keep your back imprinting into the floor, keeping your back safe, but also using those deep abdominal muscles to keep you stable, but also to strengthen them. We'll do that one more time in this direction. Please remember to breathe. So reach high through the legs. Then I'm going to ask Miriam to bend the knees again and draw the knees towards the chest. Hands onto the front of the shins. The right hand onto the right shin. The left hand onto the left shin. We're going to do a little hip opening movement here now. So imagine that we're circling the knees up towards the chest, out to the sides, away from each other. Go south away from the body and then back in towards each other. So you draw the knees up towards you, out to the sides, head south towards the end of your mat, and then back up towards you. So again, the range of movement here will depend on how your hips feel. Remembering to breathe. So a suggestion to breathe in as you draw the knees up towards the chest, and then using your breath out to circle the knees away and back in. And then we're going to change direction. So then send the knees away from you, out to the sides, and then circle up towards the chest and send them away again. So as you're doing this, maintaining the imprint between your back and the floor. So we're continuously working the deep core muscles, but also stabilizing your spine as we do this. Lovely hip opening exercise. Then bring your knees together to finish. Slowly bring the feet onto the floor one at a time. And then take the arms down by your sides a little way away from the body. And then walk your feet out quite wide. And then very slowly we're going to drop both knees out towards the right. So like windscreen wipers on your car. Drop the knees down. Again, just work with your range of movement. So the shoulders will stay on the floor and we'll get this twist and lift into the hips. And then slowly take the knees out to the opposite side. So take it slow so you can feel what's happening and make sure your back feels comfortable as you do these. So again, this is really opening out through the hips. If you have had a recent hip replacement, then this possibly won't be a good movement for you. So, or reduce the range of movement if you're going to do this. The shoulder blades stay on the floor to anchor you, and you can probably do about 8 of these on each side. So we're just going to finish now over on the right. Bring your knees back into center, please, Mirren. And then heel toe, walk the feet back in. And then just to finish this sequence, to stretch out through the back, I'm going to ask Mirren to draw the knees up and in towards the chest one more time. So keeping the shoulders drawn down, take a couple of long breaths in and out to the back of your rib cage. And then slowly bring the feet back onto the floor. Okay, and that's the end of our hip and leg stretch sequence. Thank you for watching.